Today we're gonna figure out how to set up the perfect goose decoy spread, but there's one catch. We're not gonna do it. We're gonna have these two beginners that have never hunted geese before in their lives try it out, set it up the way that they think it should be done.
I think they just brought us so they didn't have to do this. One alone's suspicious. You put two together, they look like they're up to something that the others want to be a part of.
Then we had SCHEELS expert Cordell show them how to turn their setup into something geese can't resist. What would they do differently to the blind to make it more effective?
And if you do it right, it's gonna look something like this.
You guys have all of this at your disposal. You have a half an hour to set everything up the way you think it should be done, starting right now.
Are the decoys in there?
I think so.
Yeah! Where are you going?
I have no idea. We got 30 minutes.
Where do you think's a good spot?
Actually, yeah, we need a game plan.
Well, let's grab everything out.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Okay, so Cordell, while they're out doing this, knowing what you know about this field, where would you be setting up?
I didn't even get into this thing.
Wait, we sit in there? Okay, yeah, that makes sense actually, but.
I think they just brought us so they didn't have to do this.
Yeah, I think so. We did help stubbling, so Merry Christmas.
I'm just gonna put this one out like it's a garage sale for geese.
What's your 2 cents on where you'd actually set up in comparison to where they're sitting up?
Comparison to them, I mean, it's not bad. The birds are fairly spread out throughout this field, so there were some sitting right out here where they're setting up, but. Glasses are coming off.
Oh no, Andrew's down. I'm all by myself.
I mean, just being visible and being able to be seen by the birds is big.
Is it better? Is it better to be high, low, side hill? What's your 2 cents on that early season?
I usually like being high just because I like to be able to see. But if you got a lot of birds, I mean, going where the hide is would be big too. So is there a manual for this A-frame? Is it like Legos, or are we having to?
Scan the QR code for the instructions.
What are we doing right? What are we doing wrong here? There's not a lot to take.
I mean, yeah, there's not a lot going on so far. So, yeah, hard to judge right now. It's kind of like they just got pieces thrown everywhere. Is the headless one gonna freak them out? Are they gonna think it's like a horror movie?
Yeah, it's kind of like foreshadowing.
In general terms, are you using a mixture of silhouettes, full bodies for early season?
Early season usually just full bodies, just because it doesn't take a whole lot. So, you know, a couple dozen to, I mean, however many you want would be plenty.
Yeah, tip that one over like it's dead.
Yeah,
That's
it's dead,
good.
it's natural.
That's
they do that
good.
all the time.
I think we only have like 20 minutes left. We gotta keep going.
If you are looking to get into it, silhouettes are definitely able to get the job done, and you can fit them in, you know, your car or whatever with your blind. You can make it very easy, very affordable too. I think for game plan, if you handle the geese and stuff, I'll try and get the A-frame going. I think we'll split the workload.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna go put this one a little further so it's by itself, and maybe they'll land by it.
They're making this a lot more work than it needs because they got the trailer right here, and I mean, Spencer's 100 yards away putting decoys out.
Maybe Spencer and AP came out and pre-scouted this, and we don't even know.
They might have. So this has got to go at the top. Yeah, this.
Oh, give me a flower and we can put it with it, and it could be like The Bachelor bringing them in.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Give me one of those.
There you go. You got that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
First off, can I get sick from that? That's a real question.
Possibly.
All right. This guy needs a little bit of this right here with a flower. Hey, what about if the geese are socially awkward? Do we want to put too many blinds out?
We want the social ones. The awkward ones you don't taste well.
Says the guy building the A-frame and not putting them out. We could just use Andrew's laugh as the calls.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything out of the trailer. How'd they do on the decoys, Cordell?
There's still quite a few decoys left, but
all right. Well,
it's understandable.
There's quite a few. But realistically, how many of these do you think you're going to put out if you were setting this up like we will eventually?
I was setting it up. I'd probably still, with the amount of birds that were in here, I'd probably do 5 dozen. So, you know, 60-ish full bodies, just in family groups, and, you know, let them roll. But
yeah. This is a nice setup right here. I like this one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I think we just need some on that side and maybe like a little bit of depth in the back.
Over there?
Yeah, like on this left field here. Because if we set up the A-frame, we're gonna need to be able to watch them, I guess.
Spencer, while you're here, give me the quick 10-second rundown on the strategy thus far.
I don't know if we really have one. We talked about if we wanted to bring in social geese or geese that don't want to be. Is he shooting?
I'm just practicing my aim.
So we might set up a couple over by themselves. just to have. And then we're really going to focus on the group here. Communal geese is are the ones we want to bring in. You know, they're the ones we want to invite and we want to take down. We really do.
It's like it purr. If you pet them, they like purr.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and set the lonely one up.
You got this.
I'll be back.
I feel like I've looked at these pieces 1,000 times and I'm still not sure what piece is the edge. All I know is that this piece connects them together. So I need something that connects into them to hold up a frame.
Yeah, this one's gonna do. We're just gonna do 2, because you put one alone. One alone's suspicious. You put 2 together, they look like they're up to something that the others want to be a part of. And that's kind of what I'm after.
Oh no, GoPro. Good thing these are durable.
You know, this is kind of one of those things where you feel like you're gonna do well on the test.
Yeah, but you didn't study, and then all of a sudden it's like really
You get it
bad.
back and you just disappoint your parents. That's all it is.
What I'm gonna do is this is gonna be like a little time-lapse shot. Now watch this. What you're about to witness is you're about to witness all of this become a wall in like 20 seconds.
All right.
I think we'll give you some help on this one. We didn't quite set you up for success on this.
Yeah.
Go ahead and grab the sides, bring it around. Okay, so how does this actually go?
So, on a little more serious note, this is an end.
In real time, how long would it take you to set this up?
Not too long. So this guy goes
Oh
in here.
yeah, I was so close. I
You
almost
were?
had that. Yeah.
You
I
almost
saw it
did.
happening a couple times.
Yeah, it was almost there.
So here we go across
Oh yeah. See, it's so obvious in hindsight.
here. You guys would have been very close though.
I'm more of the supervised type. But
Yeah. Doing what I was doing.
to be honest with you, I think those 2 are really what's going to bring them in.
Which ones?
Those 2.
The ones that are rifle range away? Yeah. Do you know we are shooting shotguns, not rifles?
Okay, so the 2.
I can see some life getting breathed into this A-frame.
It's good. It's good.
They have somewhat of an idea now.
So I think they gave us another clue about the whole shotgun thing, because I think now that means we need to like
bring them closer.
bring them together.
I didn't say anything. Did I say anything?
You know, here's just a fun story. Yeah, go ahead. Go that way. Yeah, keep going. I don't know where you're going.
Are we going in front of it? Or are we going?
Yeah, you're gonna go in front of it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Are you all wrap that thing around, huh?
Okay, they got these like little Velcro things.
Yeah, they got these, but then what about the sides? Maybe we just ignore the sides.
You guys
Now
are
you're
cruising right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
well,
got some pros.
It's almost like we just did this all by ourselves with no help
Yeah.
externally.
No help.
Inquiring minds want to know, how much time do we have left?
Inquiring minds say,
Negative 10 minutes.
Negative 10 minutes. Oh yeah.
now that their timer has run out a while ago, Cordell figured it was time to give them a hand and shed some light on what they did well and what might need some tweaking. How do we think we did?
You know, I'm happy with it. I think room with improvement, or room for improvement with anything.
So right now, this is what Andrew and Spencer's spread looks like. We've got the blind here, and a lot of the decoys are trickling out to this side here. There's one key problem with the way they have this set up, and I'll give you a hint. It has to do with the wind and the way the birds are gonna land.
I think there's a couple things we crucially missed. I don't think we considered wind, and I don't think we really considered the actual like implications of shooting from here. So we were kind of more focused on trying to get this set up and then setting them out kind of randomly. So I think maybe the space is good where geese can land, but I think some of the positioning isn't.
The 30-minute timer put a damper on things a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of limited you guys, but yeah, I would say spacing's really good on you guys, but number one being, like you just said, the wind. You didn't take into consideration the wind. So, like, do you guys know how geese land? They're like airplane, into the wind. So we got wind going from south to north. So where do you think the geese are gonna wanna land for us with how it is?
Probably from that way, going in.
That way. They might, honestly, it would maybe work because they might want to stop short. And if they don't care about the blind too much, then it might work. But the other problem is, like, then they're just looking at the blind too. Because if they're coming from that way, coming in to land, they're just going to be staring right at us.
So what Cordell is saying here is that the birds are probably going to be landing in this way right here. They're coming from somewhere up here. They're going to be flying this way and wanting to land probably in front of these decoys because the wind is blowing this way. Like we just learned, birds land into the wind. So as they're coming this way, they're going to see the blind first, which isn't really a good thing. It could work like he said, but the first thing they're going to see is these decoys, and they're going to want to stop short and get set up probably somewhere right around here. And what he was saying was the guy on this side of the blind is going to have a really good time shooting because most likely all the birds are going to end up right there, and he's going to be the only one that has a good shooting lane to get at those birds. The rest of the guys on this side of the blind probably won't have a shot. So in terms of wind direction, what would they do differently to the blind to adjust for it to make it more effective?
Especially with the current, like it's basically a true south wind. I'd square it up more because I mean our birds are gonna just set in our face. And really, like if you're going, like if we get those groups like they were flying the other day, like and 10, 15 birds, you want all 4 or 5 guys able to shoot all 3 shots, shoot their lanes, and knock down as many birds as you can, especially early in the year because you don't get flight after flight like late season. So I'd square up the blind so it's directly, wind's blowing directly at your back, and then I'd get more decoys out, but I'd spread them out to the side here, so not too far, like our friends way over there.
It's a strategy.
It may look realistic, but you're going to be really upset when you have, a flock of birds landing 110 yards away and you can't shoot them. But
that's a good point.
Basically kind of bring them in and spread them out more.
So this was Andrew and Spencer's setup. A couple things need to be tweaked, and once Cordell helped us out, get it in the right spot, it looked a little more like this. So we added a couple decoys, and what we did was we flipped the thinking a little bit. Instead of having a bunch of decoys behind the blind over here, what was behind the blind, we're facing the blind this way now, which would be facing into the wind. So like we said, the birds land into the wind, so ideally they're going to be landing in front of us in the blind now. And what we did was we kept some of the decoys behind the blind, but then we made a big U pattern. So that gives the birds a big visual in the sky of like, okay, there's a group of birds right here. There's a nice inviting spot in the middle to come fill out. So you put a couple decoys out there in the middle to make them feel a little bit more comfortable. But this gives the birds a great spot to come in and land where everybody in the blind has a straight shooting shot at them in the best case scenario possible.
You're all right.